Hello and welcome. My name is Nicholas and this is Literally Graphic. Today I'm releasing a re-review of the first volume of Black Panther, A Nation Under Our Feet, Book 1. While I could have just repackaged my previous review in my new channel style, I found it pretty interesting to dive back into this series with a few iotas more context, namely reading the first volume of Marvel Now Avengers World, which softened my main criticism of this volume, which was that it was overly complicated, especially for a first volume in particular, since this Avengers volume also felt overly complicated. So maybe it can all be chalked up to a company culture that says comics must be overly complicated, because obviously that equals smart. Do I wish that they had tapped an established fiction and or comic black talent who might have been more concise and or punchy? Sure. My paranoid side just felt like it was a bit of a setup at the time, putting someone so well known but untested on such a pivotal title at such a pivotal time to throw them off the glass cliff, as it were. We're getting Black Panther 2 now though, so I guess it doesn't really matter now. I have enjoyed Coates' books, but now on with the review. Black Panther, Nation Under Our Feet 1 came out in 2016 and was part of the lead up to the Black Panther movie, which was generally awesome sans random CIA agent. It was written by Ta-Nehisi Coates and art by Brian Stilfreeze. Laura Martin was the color artist, VC's Joe Sabino was the letterer, Will Moss was editor, Tom Brevoort executive editor, Chris Robinson, assistant editor. Ta-Nehisi Coates is a black man born in Baltimore. He is a prolific writer for not only The Atlantic, but also for such books as Between the World and Me and We Were 8 Years in Power. He has been awarded a MacArthur Genius Award, so that's cool. Brian Stilfreeze is also a black man who has worked as an artist on such series as Batman, Fallen Angel, Wednesday Comics, and so much more. Turning over the book for the official description, a new era begins for the Black Panther. Ta-Nehisi Coates takes the helm, confronting T'Challa with a dramatic upheaval in Wakanda that will make leading the African nation tougher than ever before. When a superhuman terrorist group that calls itself the People sparks a violent uprising, the land famed for its incredible technology and proud warrior tradition will be thrown into turmoil. If Wakanda is to survive, it must adapt. But can its monarch, one in a long line of Black Panthers, survive the necessary change? Heavy lies the hand that wears the cowl. Obviously, as a monarchy up against a populist movement plot, the likeliness of amazing politics is kind of low. But the way in which the populist movement is described, either because of Coates or due to Marvel's continuity, they're really not great. Blaming the dissatisfaction of the populace on a bitchy witch and her magical powers is kind of gross. Not to mention how, while her outfit covers most key areas as to not sexualize her too much, it defies gravity to do so. Thankfully, the plot is complicated a bit by some rogue Dora Milaje, who are also the best when it comes to their dramatic silhouette visuals as well. Despite feeling like it is more of a Marvel thing overall, I can't not mention that this book was pretty unnecessarily confusing and way too many people just sitting around talking. Not that I have anything against talking, but these are supposed to be action comics. Looking back at the art, despite Zanzi's outfit making literally no sense, otherwise the art is pretty top-notch for Black Panthers, comics, and Marvels, etc. The black characters are colored really well, which has been an issue historically, and there's a variety of shades included. The nappy hair is detailed, although not reaching the variety of hairstyles found in Roxanne Gay's spin-off series. The way that some characters are rendered as silhouettes is quite nice and pleasing to my eye, at least. And no matter the couple of times that women not wearing much, or men for that matter, everyone's treated pretty respectfully, and I didn't feel like I was being encouraged to leer or imagine fucking any of these characters. As far as gender and sexuality goes, this volume did include one of the more exciting things ultimately contradicted in the movie universe, and that was the lesbian relationship between Aneke and Ayo, two black women who are part of the organization that first appeared as a harem of potential wives for the Black Panther. And now, having read a few other Black Panther titles, the treatment of the Dora Milaje overall is done much better than titles that came out sooner. Thankfully, this was not scrapped in the movie, which had some of the best female representation in the MCU so far, in my humble opinion. Class, as I previously discussed, is a big issue in this series so far. I can't agree with the way it was presented, but at least it's acknowledged, right? And race. The fact that this story is populated almost exclusively by black characters in a pretty powerful African nation, written and drawn by a black man, is pretty cool. Could always be used more, but it's a thing. Bye y'all, keep reading and resist fascism. And as always, I would like to acknowledge that For the most part, all of my videos are filmed and produced on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit, an Anishinaabe people, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat Nation, land covered by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant.